Hi, and welcome to Get Real, Real Estate Insights with Bev Murray from Berkshire Hathaway, HomeServices, Florida. And we are in Sarasota. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the ultra high-end market in Sarasota. So Bev, welcome. And let's just start with, tell us, what is the ultra high-end market in Sarasota? Give us a bit of a...
Okay, so, well, I would actually say that we didn't really have an ultra high-end market here in the area until very recently. For example, in 2019, we had just 2 home sales that were priced above $10 million. Fast forward that to now, since COVID, we have basically got, I think there's about 23 properties, condos and single family homes listed above $10 million. So we've definitely seen a shift, and we've definitely, I think, proven that we are a city that can attract the ultra high-end buyer.
Yeah, quite a stratospheric change indeed. To your point, it didn't really exist here prior to COVID. And the ultra high-end market per se was always in Naples over on our coast, the West Coast, or West Palm on the East Coast. What changed specifically, and why?
Well, I think that ultimately we weren't known. Sarasota was not particularly as well known as Naples, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, those bigger markets. But due to various factors, and not least of which is that we've won awards. So there's been more press about the area. We've basically been voted best place to retire in the country. We have some of the top beaches in the US, best small city, all sorts of rankings that basically have put us on the map, and people have decided to stop off on their travels to other places in Florida. So that's had an impact. And I think also as well, we were historically undervalued compared to those other markets. So that's encouraged buyers to come and consider this part of the state as well.
Yeah, it's certainly great news that we're getting the recognition we deserve. To that point, so where is the buyer that was looking at those other markets? What type of buyer is that, and where are they coming from? What sort of markets are they originating in?
Yeah, so we're definitely looking at people who have probably more than 1 or 2 homes throughout the country, sometimes overseas as well. So they have certain needs in mind when they're looking for a place in the sun. And historically, we've always attracted people from the Midwest. But now we're definitely seeing people coming from lots of different areas, notably the Eastern Seaboard, Chicago, the New York area, also further afield from California and Arizona and Texas, those states. But we're also having a lot of short distance migration from the East Coast, from Miami and Fort Lauderdale, those areas.
That's interesting that we're getting feeders from our own state as well. So
right, yeah.
Movement from east to west coast. I suppose the big question is, it's great that it's happening, but how sustainable do you think it is?
Well, actually, I don't see any reason why we can't now. We're firmly on the map. We have a ton of arts and culture, restaurants. I think the construction market is responding to increased demand from these high-end buyers as well. We're seeing lots of high-end, high-quality, prime real estate, waterfront real estate, condo developments popping up, and they're specifically catering to these buyers. It's not a huge market, of course. We're talking about the very, very wealthiest population, but I have no reason to think that we won't continue to attract those buyers.
Segueing from that, it's interesting that these people are coming in looking for existing homes, but also many of them are looking to possibly custom build, and you are a specialist in waterfront real estate, specifically lots. Your sister company, Murray Homes, has built over 180 luxury custom and waterfront homes in Sarasota. How do you see this ultra high-end market having changed some of their demographics and buyer base?
Right, yeah, for sure. When Murray Homes started out, we were, pretty much in line with the market at the time, and the trends for the high-end new construction has really mirrored what's been happening with existing home sales. But what's interesting to see is that how construction trends have changed to reflect the type of buyer that we have. Very much sort of the early 2000s, it was all about size of house, and people were like, I need 7,000 square feet, I need all these bedrooms. That generally has shifted, and we're building significantly smaller homes, perhaps maybe even 4,000 or 5,000 square foot. However, the focus is much more on design and really building a house around how you live, which incorporates a lot of outdoor living area. So that indoor-outdoor living has really made a change in the type of architecture that we're seeing along the coastlines. It's lovely.
And why wouldn't it? We live in one of the most gorgeous places on earth, where outdoors is just as important as indoors, if not more.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Right. Well, thanks, Bev. That was very insightful. Your real estate insights will be coming back again shortly. And thanks for chatting.
All right. See you next time.